俺はルフィ、海賊王になる男だ。
Is a great day here at Kegfilet's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Kegfilet, and I'm just going to jump right into this one. I have a full guide of how to get to level 27 as Alliance, and this is my route I'm going to be taking. I actually have a slightly different route on my mage because I did turn in another quest, and I'm going to go over all those quests in just a moment, but I first want to go into all of the requirement things you should have beforehand. It's a good idea not to do all the quests, but you can look at these quests and see maybe there's other quests you can jump into, and my whole route is actually trying to take myself from Wetlands, and I'm going to Lakeshire, and I'm going to Darkshire, and then to Stormwind, doing some stockades, and then turning in those quests from stockades. And with that, I should be definitely way through level 27 with that. And my whole goal here is really just to kind of get ahead. Hopefully I have other friends that are doing the same thing. If not, I have my mage just gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna power level myself up and then have fun with that. If I do have friends that are going with me, then we're gonna get to level 27 fast as possible right there, and then also dungeon grind, so I'm gonna be able to do both things, and that's gonna save me good time so I can get to level 40 faster. That's, I guess, my goal of sweatiness going on. So with that, I'm gonna go into everything you need to pre-start this. And so number one, you need 10 lean wolf flank and 1 seasoned stormwind herbs. This is for a quest you're going to turn in. You have not accepted this quest yet. Next, I have the bronze tube. You need this for another quest in Darkshire that you will turn in. You haven't accepted it yet. And then 6 gooey spider legs. That's another thing you'll need for turn-ins. Also, you'll need plenty of wool cloth and silk cloth. I recommend having 180, but you only need to have 60 in your bags right away of each of these, because you're going to turn these into Stormwind, and then later in this episode you will go to Ironforge and turn in to the Nomergon and the dwarfs, and then also turn in some other quests in there while you're there. So it's a really good idea to have this all prepped, and on top of that, out of all this, get some swiftness potions. These are very cheap. You're going to be using that. And if you have anything like a talent that increases your move speed or blink, go ahead and do that. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to be using those, and I'm going to see how fast we can go. What you're going to want to do to set up your hearth is actually talk to this innkeeper, face that direction, and then go as far as possible and make this in your home. You see I found the threshold. Make this in your home. Your hearth will go right here, so you'll be able to run straight forward. Looking for what quest do I need to get, and it actually even shows you what quests you can do to pre-quest, because it's a lot of pre-quests here, right? So you go ahead and look at my spreadsheet. I have a full guide on my spreadsheet, and what quests you want, what quests you don't want, and what you're going to need to do to set everything up. And without further ado, let's get into the goo. I'm going to jump on my druid here, and here's the thing. I actually don't have all 20 quests done. I do have 2 quests, or a few quests that I have not finished yet, but I do have my whole route planned out, and I will show you everything as we go along, and also some alternative options if you're looking to even go even more max. But it might be okay to like kind of do some pre-questing so you can pick up a quest and turn it in later for experience, and that's okay. But I do also want to say you should probably have something like the old history book, and you can also get a waterlogged envelope, which you can find here. And I decided not to do the waterlogged envelope because there's a slightly better experience from turning in 2 experience things. But honestly, it's kind of potato from here. And with that, without further ado, one more quest, guys. One more quest. Claws of the Deep. If you've not done this quest, this is really good experience. I did it on my druid. I will show you how to do it here, but I'm going to be doing that one on my mage. And that's a 4 quest chain, or 5 quest chain. That's going to lead to a bunch of experiences super easy. But if you don't have that, because you're like me, you're going to see how this goes. So without further ado, let's actually get into the timer here. And I'll just put some buffs on so they don't bother me. And then I'm going to pause for 1 second in every single person. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. You'll turn in this quest, walk out. I'm not going to pop my swiftness potion just yet. So you'll pick up this quest from this guy because you've already had this quest pre-done. And then you will want to complete the quest, the third fleet, in the entirety up to the cleansing eye. Now you can pop your swiftness potion. You're going to turn in Sita's bag. Digging through the ooze. 1 Mississippi. All right. You're actually going to go into the castle. Into the castle here. Gonna go upstairs. You'll turn in this quest, defeat the crush. It's a good idea to actually go up and out and jump down. Gonna jump down? I'm stuck. But turn in this quest and get ready to hearth. Set your hearth to Lakeshire. Hearth? Now, it's a pro strat to set up your hearth to go straight. You're just gonna run straight. So I'm spamming straight right now. And then you're going to pick up this quest. You're going to pick up what comes around. The Stockades quest. If you did Murloc Fins, sucks. If you didn't do Murloc Fins, turn it in now. You're going to jump into here. You're going to have at least 2 quests to turn in to Solomon himself. I'm about to have my swiftness potion back up. You'll turn this into Solomon. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. You have, if I had like 3 quests there, right? You'll speed yourself up. You won't have a quest from Ham. You might have, actually, you might turn in a quest to that guy. Actually, whoops. You can turn in 2 quests to this guy. And finally, you have 1 final quest to turn in to Guard Howe. And you're going to take the flight path over to Darkshire. That's the plan. This is a 60-second flight, so it's actually going to be really nice.
See you around.
It's good. We won't have swiftness potion. This will be, you're gonna go right to the bronze tube guy first. You should have swiftness potion after this. You turn this in. You will not pick up the follow-up. You can if you want to, but I don't recommend it. You're gonna turn in Working in the Woods. There'll be a follow-up. You'll pick that up and turn that in. I'm actually not sure where that turns in. So you'll pick that up. You'll pick this up as well. Turn this in and pick up another quest. The start of this quest is the Howling Vale, which you can find. You may need to do 2 or 3 man this quest, and it will lead to the Scythe of Elune. Then we go to Commander Althea Ebenlock. Turn in the Night Watch. Next, we are going to go pick up this quest. This is a Stockades quest, Crime and Punishment. Then you're going to turn in Bride of the Embalmer to Lord Elo Ebenlock. You go to the chef. Sometimes he's right here, but to find him, you'll turn in seasoned wolf kebabs and dusky crab cakes.
Hello.
Finally, you'll turn in these 2 quests to Madame Eva.
You need something?
Then we're gonna run back up here.
Need help?
Let a Stormwind.
Be careful.
Okay. Once we hit Stormwind, we're gonna hit this with this potion. You're going to go into Duncan's Textiles. Turn in donation of wool and donation of silk. This is like a little over 2,000 experience. Well, 1, 2. If you haven't already, you can accept an old history book. An old history book. You can accept that now. Crap. Got stuck.
You need something?
Okay. You'll turn in that quest. There is no follow-up. You're going to cut through. This one takes a moment, but it's definitely worth the experience. And then I want you to think during this time if you need to go to your class trainer or not. You'll turn this quest in, 1 Mississippi, and you'll pick up the follow-up. Then you actually will have a follow-up in Cathedral Square. As a druid, I will be going here. If I have the talent, Feline Swiftness, this is where I would also retalent. So, turn this in.
How may I help?
I would get my new training, respec, and on the way running, I'm going to put my talents in. And we're going to run to Cathedral Square. What talents those are, I actually have not decided yet. I don't know, actually. So this potion's back up. Most of the time in here is actually in Stormwind, funny enough. You'll talk to Archbishop. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe it's this guy.
Need something?
I'm gonna check that. You're going to go now. Turn in the old book up here. I'll go turn it in an old book, and then I'll go turn in a quest down here. You can pick up the follow-up. It's a much higher level quest, but it's in South Shore, which is actually pretty easy. I actually don't know where to talk to this guy, to be honest. So let's just assume he's somewhere in here. We'll just do a lap. You'll turn it into someone here. That's the default for the Noble Brew. This is actually a hard one. She can be anywhere around here, so you have to keep an eye out for her. A lot of times she parks herself over here in Tarnikova. Maybe she's up. Oh, she's up ahead. Okay. 6, so talk to her. Get this quest. Then we're just rushing the stockades. If you need to put anything in your bank, if you get anything out of the mailbox, it is the perfect time to do that. You already planned ahead, then you're fine here. Just use your elixirs, pre-elixir up, get ready to use your food buff. Unboon if you're going to unboon. Or if you're saving your boons for something a little more showy. Probably doesn't matter, it's a good idea. There's 2 more quests you have to pick up here.
Light be with you.
Then stockades. Great. And that's essentially, you know, the end of that guide. So great. I want to thank you all for at least checking out on that. I'm gonna say there is a few quests you do want to do, and there's a couple other options. Number 1, you have reassignment. This is a quest that you can complete, and it takes a few quests in South Shore and a couple people to do it, but the follow-up and the turn-in is in Stormwind. But I have this already pre-done and ready to go, and that's honestly super good. Next thing is, when you do stockades, you'll turn in these quests, and including that, you can also make a plan to possibly go to Ironforge and turn in a few quests, including the donation of wool and donation of silk. And it's also a boost of experience. I am going to turn in the King's Tribute. Instead of doing the King's Tribute, you can just do another one of these quests in any of these zones and just turn in the waterlogged envelope. And with that, you should definitely be 27 just with quests alone. This isn't even counting stockades experience, which you'll probably do at least 1, 2, 3, 5 stockades, because if you have friends, maybe they're all just doing stockades with you. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stockades to be had. You just need to do like 1 or 2, the chat group. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you're liking the content, make sure you guys like. Please sub if you're looking for more content like this. I may do a small one for my mage as well, just because I'm basically just kind of bored doing this kind of stuff. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to talk about, what you're liking about SOD, what you want to improve about SOD, what you're excited about level 40. So thank you all so much for watching the video. See you in the next one. Ciao.